Have you ever tried a new recipe that called for a spice mix that you don't have on your shelf? You can run to the store to buy it, but chances are it will sit on your pantry shelf and go out of date before it's used. Today we'll be going over 5 mixes that you can make as you need them without cluttering up your pantry with unused spice jars. It's pumpkin pie season, and if you find yourself out of pumpkin pie spice, it is so easy to make up a batch with the spices you probably already have on hand. Mixing 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a half teaspoon of ground cloves, and a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg will result in 4 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, which is perfect for most pumpkin pie recipes. If you make a lot of pumpkin pies, you may want to multiply this recipe. Mix it up and keep it in an airtight container to have on hand. I love making meatloaf with a packet of onion soup mix, but to make my own, I mix 2 tablespoons of dried minced onion, 9 teaspoons of beef bouillon powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika, 1/8 of a teaspoon of celery seed, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. You can also add salt to taste. Welcome to the Old Mayfield place. I'm Snow the farmer's wife, and I teach you to be more self-sufficient in so many ways, such as growing your own food, using herbal medicine, and preserving food for long-term storage. One of our favorite dishes is roast chicken, and you can make your own poultry seasoning to rub on your bird by mixing together 2 teaspoons of sage, 1½ teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of marjoram, 3/4 teaspoon of rosemary, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Combine this well, then use it to create a delicious roast chicken supper. Who doesn't like tacos? And seasoning the meat makes them taste so much more delicious. If you find yourself out of those taco season packets, you can make your own by mixing 4 teaspoons of chili powder, 3 teaspoons ground cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, a 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, dried oregano, and black pepper. This will make the equivalent of 1 packet. One of the benefits of making your own is that you get to control the ingredients that go into your mixes, such as the salt or the red pepper flakes. The farmer makes chili often during the winter, so chili seasoning is a must-have to get us through the cold months. And while it is very similar to taco seasoning, chili seasoning has a few different spices. To make your own, you can use 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, either regular or smoked, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1½ teaspoon of garlic powder, 1½ teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and a 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Thank you for stopping by the Old Mayfield place today. Stay prepared, make a delicious meal tonight, and have a blessed week.